Altium Designer's PCB editor is a rules-driven design environment. Rules define everything from the routing widths through to how a net connects to a power plane. As well as defining the rules in the PCB editor, you can also define the rules on the schematic. It's not hard once you know a couple of details. Firstly, on the schematic, PCB rules are defined as parameters. And secondly, what that parameter is attached to defines what set of objects will be targeted by that rule on the board. You attach a rule parameter to a net by placing a PCB layout directive, which is just a container for parameters. Since I've attached that object to a net, the PCB rule will be defined with a scope of net. If I attach another parameter container to this schematic blanket, any rules I define will target the nets covered by the blanket. If I leave it like this, there will be a rule created for each net, so I'll also add a class name parameter in the container. Doing that means Altium Designer will also create a net class on the board, and then scope the rules to target that net class. Neat, hey? Make sure you enable the project option to generate net classes too. When I update the board to synchronize the design, you can see the class and rules being transferred to the board. Here's the new PCB rules. Note how the rules from the schematic are given default names. You're free to rename them because it's this unique ID that links the schematic to PCB rule definition. For more details on the schematic parameter to PCB rule scope mapping, search the wiki for design rules on the schematic.